Hello everybody. I don't know why I started off like that. Now, I originally saw this movie from the height of GOT fame, which is Game of Thrones. Now, I originally saw this movie on Foxtel and thoroughly enjoyed it, even though when I heard about it originally, I was a little weirded out, but I had decided to pick up the movie. What the hell am I talking about? Pompeii. Now, this is loosely based on the historical event of the whole Pompeii disaster, which I know a little bit about. I think around the time that this premiered on Foxtel in Australia, they did a little bit about Pompeii and I think it was Mount Vesuvius and that whole eruption. I did watch those documentaries when they were released, and it's really fascinating. It blew up and the whole society was wiped out in one day. They had some warning signs. They had earthquakes, which to a modern ear should have given them some bloody alarm bells. Gee Louise! But at that stage, they thought it was just the gods talking. Ugh. Now, this movie was done around the same time as Silent Hill, specifically Silent Hill 2, with Carrie-Anne Moss. Kit and Carrie had worked on that movie together, so it was a little funny actually seeing them both here, and they rarely share any time together. Emily Browning, I actually know from her work on Ghost Ship, where she played a little kitty girl. I've also seen Sucker Punch. I know, not many people's favourite movie, and it's not a terribly fantastic movie. Mini review there. The only other actor I pretty much know is Kiefer Sutherland, who is brilliant as a bad guy. I would have not have said that. But as they say, every hero needs a good villain, and boy oh boy, he's a good villain. Oh, I forgot about Jared Harris. Jared, if you know the Immortal Instrument City of Bones, the movie, not necessarily the Netflix original TV series, Harris is in that. I believe he is I forgot his character in that movie, but he's a very memorable character within that movie. He's basically, I think he's the shut-in. If you know that particular movie, he's pretty much the shut-in and pretty much like the mentor of the people that are in that particular house. So yeah, they're the only real actors I knew. Oh, and of course, Paul Wyatt S. Anderson, as the behind the scenes said, the man is addicted to his wise lens. Knowing the Resident Evil franchise as I do, I can totally believe that. Paul went to absolute nth degree to get what Pompeii would have looked like back then. He did so much research to make sure that this movie was as close to what it would have looked like. We've got photos, we've got the people, we've got the fish, we got all of that. But he really made it feel, he really breathed life, if I could say it, into that world of this, you could almost call it Vegas of its time. The rich would go there for their holidays, and at the time, they had a festival, so there was a lot of people there. And this is Harris and Sutherland want to bring some. Harris is actually the owner of a gladiator arena, pretty much, and you'd almost call him the mayor of Pompeii. I'm not sure if Harris was the mayor of Pompeii, but I'm guessing with how much influence Harris's character has in that world, especially him being the owner of these gladiators, he pretty much owned the arenas. I'm pretty sure he is the mayor, or the equivalent of the mayor, which is where Kit's character comes into the story. Kit is a Irish slave, but he's a gladiator. I believe at that time gladiators were slaves, and Kiva's character pretty much wiped out his whole family, and the moment he sees Sutherland and some of his other generals, he sees red. Like, literally, he sees red. And I'm not really surprised that Kit would see red. If I was in Kit's position, I would totally see red. When you see the man that pretty much killed your folks in cold blood, especially Sutherland, where he actually did put the sword into his mother. He pretty much killed her right off the bat. You absolutely hate him. Doing some research, he was really Sutherland was really wanting to do that. He hadn't done a villain role, I do believe, since Lost Boys back in the 80s. So he was really wanting to show a different side of himself. Everyone knew him from 24, knew him as a badass hero that would go to the nth degree to pretty much go above and beyond, don't really care, don't really give a raw opportunist. Seen play an absolute slime ball, which I didn't actually know much about Kiefer Sutherland when I originally saw this on Foxtel. I became addicted to the man. Watch my video on Mirrors to understand. And so he's deliciously brilliant. Paul does not put a cast together that isn't brilliant. And I believe in the behind the scene documentary, his gorgeous wife came to set, and she couldn't believe the details that Paul had put into it. So with me holding it, I definitely give this movie a 5 out of 5. I would put this, it's almost a Titanic. Not in terms of length, but in terms of taking a story that's already historically known to have happened and giving it a bit of a Romeo and Juliet sort of angle. Because Emily, she's prim, she's proper, she's Harris's daughter, and she could have any man she wanted, but who did she go for? She went for Kit, a slave, definitely similar with Titanic. You got got Rose being on high society. She was engaged. She could have anything she wanted. And Jack, he was in steerage. He wasn't even supposed to be there, but he was in steerage. He was the person you would call if you wanted your shit taken out of your house, if you know what I mean. He was pretty much a beggar. So, I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you know Paul W.S. Anderson, you know his style. If you've seen the Resident Evil franchise, or even Three Musketeers, I would say find the movie, shut your brain off, and just go for the ride. So I will start a forum post on this. Write your thoughts down below in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say about this particular movie. I do apologize again for the quality of the video. I'm using my sister's computer. Not the best quality. I'll leave a link to my website down below, which you'll find not just this video, but my previous videos. All of them will be on there very, very shortly. Probably by the time of this video, you might see this video, this one might be on that particular site. So please check out my website. The link will be down below. And what would you like me to do? Please also write me in the comments or send me the link. I would love to find out what you think. So I will see you later with possibly another 2 cool movies. Ciao!